What is up, fam? JJ back here from Up Your Bets. This time, again, talking a little more March Madness. Look, Selection Sunday was just last night. This video will be for the South region of the bracket and video number 3 for those counting at home. I'm going to have a video for each of these regions with a best bet for each, so be sure to check them all out. These games will tip between Thursday, March 17th and Friday, March 18th. So without further ado, let's head first dive into the South region here. Arizona will either host Wright State or Bryant. Host, LOL. Wednesday. So instead, I'll talk on Wright State, Bryant. Wednesday, 6:40 p.m. Wright State minus 1.5, total 152.5. The winner will play Arizona on Friday at 7:27 p.m. as Arizona is the 1 seed. Look, don't blink in this one as Wright State Bryant. In this game, you may miss a quick 10 points if you do. Look, Bryant brings the league's leading scorer in Peter Kiss and the league's best scoring duo in D1 as well with Charles Pride. The next 3 best players are on Wright State. Both teams are going to play fast and score at will. Both also lack offensive efficiency as collective teams, if you will. So it's going to really be the team that runs the better sets. It's likely going to win this game and return the ball over less, I guess, right? Any free points. Game's a complete coin flip for me, so slight value on Bryant, grabbing 1.5, but I do have both teams as sub 20-point dogs to Arizona on Friday. No play for me, though. I have 1.5 again. Slight lean, not enough for me to want to jump on it. Seton Hall, TCU. It's Friday, 9:57 p.m. Seton Hall -1, total 130. A tight game is expected to cap off round 1 action here between Seton Hall and TCU as 8-9 seeds. Both teams are elite defensively and have their own edges on the offensive end. TCU's major edge is obviously on the offensive glass. While Seton Hall's a bit more balanced, TCU is going to have to get offensive putbacks as they really don't score with consistency in any other way. Seton Hall's length will be an issue for TCU, but expect Seton Hall to have their own offensive concerns. Expect the Pirates to try to accelerate tempo to boost their offense and avoid half-court sets from TCU defensively. Hall's got more talented guys on offense, but they play bit too much ISO at times. But again, they have better scorers, which could be what gets them a win here. Can Seton Hall keep TCU away from the offensive glass enough to win? That's going to be the big question. That will decide this game. Houston, UAB. It's at Friday, 9:20 p.m. Houston -8.5, total 136.5. This matchup is just LOL to me. Houston shouldn't be a 5 seed. UAB shouldn't be a 12. Doesn't mind. Houston has found their stride down the stretch. If you guys remember, we were on Houston -3.5 versus Memphis from the live show on Sunday in their conference championship, and they really nearly went wire to wire. And the problem is UAB gets more or less the best version of Houston right now. Like Houston is playing their best ball of the season right now, and UAB is no slouch, and they're going to try to play with pace here. But teams that play with pace that aren't super efficient often get humbled by this Houston Cougars team. UAB is balanced, and they come from the Conference USA, but they just draw an elite defensive team here in Houston. Expect UAB to try and again, increase pace, accelerate the game. But Houston is just so good in transition defense and has no problems running with teams who want to run. Again, a tough draw for UAB. I actually capped this at sub 9, so stay away from me slightly in Houston. Houston's just a dangerous team on my end right now. Illinois, Chattanooga, Friday, 6:50 p.m. Illinois -7.5, total 135.5. Illinois was not exactly gifted a matchup here as a 4-13. Chattanooga shouldn't be a 13 seed, but will struggle to keep Kofi off the glass in this game and stop him scoring inside. The Mocs are quite balanced offensively and underrated defensively, but Illinois has just crazy upside. But like many teams this year, they also have plenty of downside too, and we've seen it. They play way too much ISO ball for how much talent they have, and they rely way too much on Kofi at times inside. Chattanooga has some great scorers, but are certainly seeing an upgrade in class here out of the Southern Conference. If the moment isn't too big for Chattanooga, this team could definitely hang around, as Illinois has had some head-scratching games this year, and this could come down to the wire. Otherwise, Illinois likely rolls with their elite talent. 6-11 matchup, Michigan, Colorado State. Thursday, 12:15 p.m. Michigan -2.5, total 140. I believe this kicks off the Thursday games, and it's a good matchup here. 11-6. Big question here is, can Colorado State overcome the length from Michigan? Both teams have tremendous advantages inside, and this should actually be a fun offensive game to watch. Both teams play in very strong conferences this year. Again, the Mountain West was a super good conference this year per their standard. Both these teams lack defensive prowess at an elite level, so expect field goal percentage to be rather high in this one, or at least get consistent great looks throughout. Offensively, this game should shoot out, but pace is an issue as it relates to the total. These two play relatively slow pace-wise. Have this game a toss-up, and the Michigan Blue Blood is probably getting too much respect here. Colorado State could certainly win outright, but it's really going to fall on how well they react to Michigan's length or the moment, if you will. It's a big game for Colorado State. Colorado State's played a ton of talented teams in the Mountain West this year. Again, that's been a really good conference. But they're going to be far smaller than this Wolverine team. If they can outshoot this edge, they're going to win outright, and probably make it look easy doing so. But anyway, so Tennessee, Longwood, Thursday, 2:45 p.m. Tennessee minus 17 total, 132.5. The class of the Big South, Longwood gets posted as a 17-point dog here versus the Volunteers. Tennessee's by no means a big team, but this Longwood squad is one of the smallest in D1. Tennessee's going to get easy looks throughout, and this is all about Longwood's ability to hit their threes if they want to hang around. Longwood does a lot of their damage from the 3-point line. Free is in charity stripe, but Tennessee has so much physical advantage. It's tough to see them over fouling in this game. Longwood has to get into the paint and draw contact, get those freebies, and of course stick their threes. Major offensive advantages for Tennessee. Puts me off Longwood in the spot, but I could definitely see Longwood, covering it if their threes fall. Some slight value on the over at 132.5, but again, not enough for me to fire. 7:10, Ohio State, Loyola, Chicago, Friday, 12:15 p.m. Loyola minus 1.5, total 132.5. Look, we get the action started on Friday with a fun one here, right? Absolutely love Loyola in this spot, minus 1.5. It's going to be a best bet for me on this region. Big Ten has had plenty of teams in this stance, and deservedly so, but some of these teams have some bad matchups. This is one of them. Loyola runs some of the best sets in the country, and we'll get plenty of open looks from three, where they're just lethal from there. Loyola is also superb on the defensive end, which counters how talented the Buckeyes are offensively. Can Ohio State, outshoot the Ramblers despite getting a bunch of poor looks? Because ultimately there's going to be a lot of bad shots taken by Ohio State in this game. And can they overcome it? Maybe. The Ramblers are used to playing and winning this time of year, and I just love the small number here. They stick their threes. They've done all year, and this should be an easy win for them. This is a sneaky team, though, in Loyola. If they win here, they could give Villanova issues as well. Again, Ohio State's super elite shooting, but they're playing an elite defense here. And it's more or less to me, this handicap is primarily on Loyola to hit their open threes versus Ohio State to make tough jumpers all game. And for me, that's why I love Loyola to spot the small number. So yes, Loyola minus 1.5, minus 105 DK, best bet for this vid. Villanova versus Delaware, Friday, 2:45 p.m. Last but not least, if you will, Villanova minus 15.5, total 133.5. Delaware by no means had the best season in the Colonial, but they won when it mattered, and they played really good down the stretch. Meanwhile, Nova's a dark horse of many to win the tournament this year under Jay Wright and a strong, talented crew. Delaware has a lot of confidence, though, and Nova has been known to go through scoring droughts this season. Delaware isn't a team to really mess around with, but Nova has too many edges in their favor here. This number 15.5 has slight value for Delaware for me, but not enough to want to fire on. I'll happily stay away from this game and rooting for the Loyola Nova matchup, as I think Nova would probably stomp over Ohio State. This wraps up the South region with my best bet, Loyola Chicago, minus 1.5, minus 105 DK in New Jersey. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up, create some fake accounts, more thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope someone takes a shit in your mailbox. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on the vid or these South region games in general, right? Tell me who you like, who you're betting. Be sure to peek the other three region vids. I gave out bets for each of them. Look, as mentioned, I mentioned the other region videos, fun-filled content on this channel. Don't pay just attention to college basketball this time of year. There's still NBA. There's still other things going on. Obviously, tennis as well, golf, and Kager's live shows, full force as well. But look, I'll see you folks next time. But until then, be sure to gamble responsibly, stay safe, and yes, run pure.